Thanks for joining me. This is Danny, and welcome back to my modded 1.9 series, playing in my custom mod pack, codename Serenus, available on the FTB launcher now. Codename Danny. We are standing at the future site of my new base. I really love this spot. It has a beautiful view all the way around. Especially, I particularly like the view on this side, into the forest, into the boreal forest, with the little cane hills in the distance. Those actually are things that you would see in a northern forest, and they're caused normally by glaciers. They're caused by little holes in the glaciers where, as the glacier melts, deposits get poured down into the hole, and it makes these little hills just like this. And we see these things all over the place where I live. It is indeed realistic terrain gen. So this is where I want to build my base. And today's episode is really going to be all about doing that. It's mostly going to be a building episode, but we are going to get into a couple of new mods. I actually have three new mods actually. One of them is third person elytra. It's a mod. This is all it does when you're using an elytra, I don't even know how to pronounce that correctly, but when you're using it, puts you in third person mode automatically, and then it just pops you right back out when you're done. So it's kind of cool because you can watch yourself fly, but you don't have to switch back and forth. You don't have to hit F5 to switch back and forth between third person and first person. Boom. Before another creeper. Yeah, that's one problem with this area, is being in the woods. No, son of a being in the woods here. We're gonna have to deal with mobs during the day because there's so many areas here where we might have to. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I don't want to light up the area. Like, I don't want to light everything up because I just think that would take away from the I think that would take away from like the kind of the mood here or whatever. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll just have to make sure our base is well protected and maybe have some protected pathways and stuff. Another one. Jeez. Whatever. I'm like, let's not get distracted again. So we have actually additions. That's a new mod on the server, or in this mod pack. That'll be probably already out with the current mod pack that you have access to right now. And then we also have the not enough wands. Now I adjusted the configs. I made some changes to the configs in Not Enough Wands because Not Enough Wands has some really, really nice tools. And they're all wands. And they do a whole variety of things that we used to be able to get from some other mods that we don't exist in this pack yet, or don't exist in 1.9. But we have a builder's wand, we have protection, we have moving, we have master protection. You can only get it in creative mode. That's like for server admins. We have an illumination wand which sends glowstone, and as you can see, they all take these wand cores. Potion wand. What I really want today, of course, I want the swapping wand, I want the building wand, and the moving wand. That's where you can just pick up a block and set it down. So I'm thinking we can use that for our chests and stuff. And I made some adjustments. Now, normally these wands require XP. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine every time you want to teleport having to use 4 levels of XP? That would freaking suck. Especially in a mod pack like this, where there's really no way to automate XP generation. You'd have to run around killing things and mining quartz and all that. No, forget it. But what's really freaking cool about this mod is it allows you to configure the use of XP, like how much XP each one takes, or RF. As you can see when I hover over these, they have a certain energy amount, 0 out of 50,000, blah, blah, blah. Well, I've adjusted all the configs so that we can use these wands with RF. So I kind of balanced it out similar to how they had the XP balance. But anyway, all the basic wands require these wand cores. And most of them require 2. Actually, they all require 2. The more advanced ones require the advanced wand cores, which require a nether star, 2 gas tiers, a wand core, and a diamond. But for the wand cores, we just need 3 blaze rods. So we're going to go into the Nether. That's going to be our first activity today. Going into the Nether to get a whole bunch of blaze rods. And, well, what we're going to do is... Oh, in Actually Additions, there's one thing I got from Actually Additions. Boom! A crafting table on a stick, even if we're up here. We can craft. I want to grab a blaze spawner. So... No, it's not the net launcher we want. It is the spawner relocate. Okay. I guess we're not going to do that. Darn it. I wanted to bring it someplace. Yeah, I'm not going to screw it. Oh, you know what? We have a really easy source of emeralds. Okay. I keep getting... Alright. We're going to start building today, I swear. Another one of these guys, huh? Okay, I already talked to your brother, or whatever. Your co-worker. Okay, librarian, so now we can go like this. Oh, I shouldn't have done so many. Oh well. Let's see, what else does he have? Fortune 1. Ooh, we may have to come back for him. Hooray! Alright, I'll meet you in the Nether. Oh, he got me! First try, and he got me. Darn it. Oh, I got a necrotic bone already. I don't think there's much use for him yet, though. No, there are no uses. I'm hitting you right now. You used to use those for the heart canisters, which would be really nice right about. My armor's not that great yet. And I have no range weapons. But I have a pretty good weapon, though. Okay, yay. Oh, I got a blaze rod. Alright, I'm just going to steal this guy right away. And we're going to take it back home. We got one blaze rod. I had 42 XP. Oh, I should have eaten. That probably would have... Oh, that scared me. Ah! That scared me even more. This is where I died. Over here. There's no gravestone. Over there. And it's way the frick over there. I don't know why. But I have a bow now. I'm just gonna have to sit here and kill blazes for a while. I've got a little puddle of water in case I get hit. Oh, we need a graveyard somewhere. Oh yay, we got another one right away. My first death. And I wasn't even killed by a mob, I was killed by myself. That's usually how it works for me. Like my first death or two, it's usually, well, most of my deaths. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, see. That's what I got the water for. Oh, it wasn't my first death. I forgot what my first one was. It was a creeper or something. Something like that. Oh, no. It was that skeleton, or it was the zombies. That's right, I forgot about that. Yeah, my embarrassing defeat by zombies. Check out the beauty of the dual crafter. Hooray, our first wand cores. So I definitely want to do the building wand. We're going to need some regular brick. Okay. Good thing we have all this clay. Just need 3. Oops, wrong side. And then I also want to make the moving wand. We need, oh my gosh, we have to use 200 pearls for that. I would like to also do the swapping, but we'll do that later. And the displacement would be really nice too, but we'll do that later. There's our bricks. Hooray! Wand number 1. And then the moving wand. We need 2 ender pearls. Boy, ender pearls are very valuable around here. I've only managed to get 4 so far. Hooray! So we need to charge these. Okay. Oh, yes! Look at that! Oh, I love that! Right there. Okay, nice. And then there's a way to undo too. What is it? Right click to extend blocks in that direction. Sneak right click on such a block to undo one of the last 2 operations. Nice! Oh wow, I like this. So you know, if you've ever used like the extra utilities builders ones, you know that every once in a while, oops, you clicked it too many times, or you click in the wrong place. Now you can easily fix it. I've done that so many times where I ended up placing like, you know, 100 frickin' blocks. I don't have the right block. Oh yeah, nice. Now I'm gonna start doing a little bit of clear cutting, which makes me sad because this forest is so beautiful. But yeah, we're gonna have to do it with our Tinker's lumber axe. Oh, these trees are so beautiful. Oh, this one's gonna have to go. And then we got a little lag. Sometimes the fast leaf decay can cause some lag because it breaks all the leaves very quickly, but it doesn't do them all at once. So every time it breaks a leaf, it has to basically refresh the whole chunk. So that's why you get really bad lag with the tree farms and stuff when you have fast leaf decay. Time to play with some chisels and bits. I'm still kind of figuring out what blocks I'm going to be using. I want to make a bit bag so that I have a place to store bits. Definitely going to be doing inventory management in the next episode. But I have this guy set to line. And whenever I hit the Alt key, which is the key to change this, I kind of fall over. Yeah, okay. So anyway, yeah, we're doing a line. And I'm doing this. You may have seen me do this before in my unstable series. Let's go down here. But I'm basically making wedges for the roof, and I've got a few different blocks here that I want to try out. Okay, so then we change it to connected plane. And then we can just do and clear that all out. Is there one more? Yeah, one more. There, so there's our wedge. Now, does that look... Oh, that looks really good as a shingle. I like that. This is basalt from Quark. It almost looks like black wool, doesn't it? But then this is the polished basalt. I thought maybe if we cut a texture into it that looks like shingles, that it might work. I may not even bother, though, because I really like this. This is from Random Things. It's just black stained bricks. Yeah, I think I might just go with it. It's going to kind of be like a cabin-style house. So, we're going to have like an overhang here. And then a pitched roof up here with those shingles. It's going to be a 45 degree here. And then when we come down here, it's going to be like 30 degree. Which is going to be really tricky to do because we'll have to have... We won't be able to just use one pattern. We'll have to have one pattern for like the first part. Well, actually, I think we would have to have 3 different patterns. One for each row. So we'll see as we get to that. But it'll be something like... Here, let me just dig another hole over here. So, well, I hope I don't suffocate. Oh, okay. No, we don't want the single bit. We want the line. But it's going to be... We'll probably go like, let's see. Let's see, how would we do this? Probably 2. Huh? Oh, it went the wrong way. Darn it, I cut out a chunk there. Oh, and you can undo now. I wonder if you can undo twice. Undo. So that would have undid that would have undid that one. And then I undid again. Oh, it worked. Nice. Oh, that's a very nice feature. I love that. Whoops. There. So it's going to be almost like, it'll be like a ranch house basically, with the, like kind of an older style ranch house where you've got the roof that slopes down, and then it kind of, the slope gets more gradual down here. Oh, I like that. Okay, so then we would go back to our connected plane. Hey, that time I didn't. Oh, I did. What? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. There. So then the next one we do, we'll have to go up from that. So we would need actually a different pattern, because we're going to go like this. That would be cool if I timed this just right so that we could put so that we only need 2 patterns. Ooh, this might actually work with just 2 patterns. It will. This will work with just 2 patterns. Nice. So then we need the plane. No, we need the connected plane. Got a little palette set up here for my interior decorating. I've just playing around with some different colors and styles of blocks and stuff, and I ended up installing the flat colored blocks mod. It's a really great companion to the chisel mod. I'm not really sure why I didn't install it earlier, but I think I'm gonna go with this kind of grayish yellow block for most of my interior walls. I started with sandstone. This is chiseled sandstone. I'm actually using the chisel mod. A lot of the stuff is chisel, and so I'm not using the FTP installer right now. I actually am using the curse installer, or I mean, sorry, the launcher, the curse launcher. And by the way, this pack is on the curse launcher now, so you can do that. There's no crafting recipes for them in JEI, which is probably good because there are like thousands of them. Because every color dye has multiple shades, and you can actually set it in the config how many shades you want. And I just went with the default config, and there were like a few thousand. I can't remember exactly how many, but anyway, you craft this guy. It only has one craftable item, and that's this, and it's just a piece of iron with these 4 different colored flowers. So I had to run around picking up some flowers and stuff, or rather dyes. But when you right-click on it, it looks at what you have in your inventory, and it will make the block from whatever dye you have in your inventory and whatever block. So if I have glass in my inventory, do I have any glass? Oh, and by the way, my inventory is a total mess because a creeper blew up. I had my chests outside, and they were all nicely organized, and a creeper blew them up, and all my items were just sitting there in a big hole. And so I had to very quickly, before they despawn, I had to throw everything in chests. I just crafted a bunch of chests and, yeah, threw them in there. So anyway, now that I have glass in my inventory, we also have these transparent blocks. And if I make one, let's see. It takes a piece of glass and a dye. What kind of sucks about it is that it takes a whole dye. Oh, that's very transparent. Wow. So there's our stained glass. Like every type of color of stained glass you could possibly imagine. And of course, using the chisel, I mean, you could make, holy crap. I mean, just think about it. You could make some like really intricate stained glass designs. I mean, you could build a cathedral and have like, man, it is just insane. And this is just yellow. These are just the yellow options. So like if I had another colored dye in my inventory, where did all those other dyes I had go? I don't know where anything is anymore. It's oh, I've even got chiseled bits in here too. But anyway, if we grab some bone meal, for instance, then when we go in here, we'll have all the white options as well. So now we have red dye in our inventory. So if we go in here, we can see all these different colors. Oh, and they're beautiful. Look at that. Nice. Look at that. That's the thickness of the whole thing. We've got the brick, the shingles on the outside, which, you know, you wouldn't expect to be really thick, right? And then we've got the panels on the inside. There's no insulation here, though, so if it gets cold outside, we're kind of screwed. I could spend hours on this. Actually, you know what? I actually think I have. Just doing the little trim around the windows, trying to make it look nice. Connected plane. Boom. Oh, look at that. So what I'm doing is I take away a plane, and then I do a line to make the window pane. And then I do a connected plane, because if I do a plane, it'll cover up the lines, but if I do a connected plane, it'll only fill in the part that's at the same level as what I click on. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then I've and I can make patterns of this. So if I take my positive chisel design and I go like this, then I can go up here and just transfer that to that, and then I can do one of two things. I can either use the mirror chisel design to flip it, or I can just click, which is what I did to make that. And then I can go like that. Nice. Just to show you how this negative thing works, even though I don't necessarily need it right now. Or not, I'm sorry, not the negative, the mirror. Whatever side we click on, it's going to mirror it in the opposite direction. So, like if we clicked on this side, then it would flip it that way. But if we're clicking on this side, it's going to flip it that way. So it's basically going to be like that block. So we click on this block with it, and then we take a clear positive chisel design, and we craft it with the mirror chisel design. And then we get a new positive chisel design. We can also do that with a negative if that's what we want to do. So now, the pattern from this side will now work over here. Nice. We have to have something to click on when we do the design. Like if we try to do the window right here, it's going to end up replacing the block we're clicking on. So I have to just throw something there, it doesn't matter what, and then replace it. So that's kind of what I'm doing with that. There. When I end up with too many bits, I just make blocks out of them, because you can actually reconstruct blocks. So like this is a spruce bark block. If I get rid of some of it by chiseling it away, if you look at Waylon, it says chiseled bit spruce bark. So it's not a full block right now. But if I make it a full block again, is that the, yeah. If I make it a full block, whoops. You can see that the, if you look in Waylon, so I take some away, it turns into a chiseled bit. I put it back, it turns into spruce barks. One little word of caution though. If you use too many chisels and bits, you might have a little bit of lag. Because every time this chunk has to be redrawn, it has to redraw all the bits. So when I'm placing blocks, even just regular blocks, I get a little bit of lag. So here's the little trail going up there, which we're not going to use much because we can fly, but I like making trails. Just adds a little bit of realism to it. So here's our front. This is the front yard, which I still have some landscaping to do to make the yard kind of interesting and fun, but we'll do that later because, yeah, it's getting late, and I've been working on this for a really long time. I'm a little tired, so don't mind if I'm a little off. But anyway, yeah, here's the front. We got a little front porch, and we actually have some supports. So it's a ranch-style house. We've got our little dormers up there. Of course, this is Chisels and Bits. You saw me do this in the beginning. And the windows, I decided to go with a very minimal trim on the windows for the outside. Just because, well, just because. It was a little too much when I had this kind of trim on the outside. So here's the interior. We've got an accent wall over there. This is the flat colored block. This is actually spruce wood. Oh, on the other side it's spruce wood. This is actually clay. It's gray clay. And I'm not sure about the floor. I might swap that out. In fact, I even made a swapping wand, but I haven't used it yet. I made the swapping wand specifically because I was thinking about swapping out this floor. And I don't know, you know, I always try to build with birch. It's one of those things that I always think that birch is going to look good. It just seems like it should. It's a nice light color, but every time I put a lot of birch in one place, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. But this is actually chiseled birch. You can see that the lines are a little bit more defined. And here's our little hallway. I've got the bedroom over here. I still have a little work to do in the bedroom. The window frames aren't finished yet. And I'm going to put some furniture and stuff. And we've got our stairs here going up into the loft. I was actually planning on splitting this into separate rooms too, but it's just too small. If I split it into separate rooms, it's just going to be really, I don't know, it's just going to seem too cramped. So I'm just going to leave it open like this. And we've got the nice view of down there. I'm probably going to put up some railings up here. And over here, we've got going down into the basement. I actually plan on making rooms in the basement. I'm going to have like a machine area over here. I'm going to finish the floor. And I'm going to have an like a functional area here. I'm going to put windows in here, and this is going to be kind of like almost like a rec room, except, you know, I'm going to try to figure out some kind of a functional purpose for this room. And then maybe this will be storage down here. And then this is the backyard, which I'm not done with yet, but you can see the supports for the porch going into little cobblestone blocks. And then this is really my favorite part, this back porch. This is just, I love the view here. I love realistic terrain gen and the boreal forest. I kind of wanted to do something with this door instead of having it just be a big gaping hole in the house, but we'll see. I wanted to make it look like kind of a glass door, but oh, my chimney is kind of hanging up in the air. In the next episode, we're going to do refined storage, and we're going to set that up in kind of the living room area, or maybe that could be there could be a little kitchen area here too, or whatever. But yeah, that's what that's going to be. We're going to set up refined storage, and refined storage is going to have auto crafting too, very, very soon. Maybe even by the time we start working with it. So that's really exciting. I'm going to have a trail or a road or whatever heading down here. In fact, there's kind of one. Well, maybe not. Because the boreal forest is so thick. That's why I love it. It's so awesome. And I want to do something with this little area down here. This is going to be, it's either going to be our Botania area or our Blood Magic area. I haven't decided yet. Maybe both. This is one of my favorite base builds that I've done so far right here. Thanks mostly to Chisels and Bits, because yeah, I was able to do so much stuff in here that I've never been able to do before because of Chisels and Bits. So that's pretty exciting. And I like the fact that I was able to make a compact build too. That's kind of what I like about Chisels and Bits, is you don't have to have walls that are 6 foot thick, 2 meters thick, in order to have a different pattern on the inside and the outside, and kind of like microblocks. I mean, I've done the same thing with microblocks, but there's just so much more that we can do with Chisels and Bits, and there's a lot more that I want to do here. I want to have like shelves and things like that, but yeah, that's enough for now. That's enough for today. And actually, it isn't just today. I've been working on this for a couple days. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this. If you have any feedback or suggestions or questions or whatever, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this, don't forget to click the like button and join me next time when we get into refined storage, which I am so freaking excited about. Thanks for watching.